Hi everyone. So, I want to talk about Kylie Jenner, which is a person I don't think I've ever talked about on this channel before, or at least in the context of what we're going to be doing right now. But I think it's such an interesting conversation and I'm really pissed off. And I'm actually going to be filming a video later today that kind of has to do with this as well, but I want to get to this first. And it had to do with Kylie Jenner and the overall conversation of plastic surgery and the damaging impact that the Kardashians have had on, I was going to say the younger generation, but I think kind of everybody, and how the Kardashians, specifically like Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashian, don't care about the impact they have until it affects themselves in some sort of way. And I think with Kylie Jenner and Kim and all these different people, first of all, if anyone has one, who is your favorite of the family? Because I am someone that watches the show, right? I grew up watching Keeping Up with Kardashians. I watched the new Kardashian show on Disney Plus, which, by the way, this isn't even me saying a shady comment because I'm going to be calling them out. The Kardashians show on Disney is so boring. Like, beyond words is so... Here are people saying, first of all, I'm seeing a lot of Chloe. I'm seeing a lot of Courtney. Okay, Chloe. Well, Chloe was fun at a certain stage before whatever era she's in now. But anyway, I don't really care for any of them. I kind of grew up watching the show, but I really don't care for any of them because the Disney show is so boring. I think when you have a reality show that's based on showing how rich you are, and like the Kardashians always centered around like eating salads and, going out shopping and stuff like that. But when that's the entire show and there's no arguments or no actual reality, it's so boring. And I had to give up on watching the Disney show. And like the trailers are almost more interesting than shows. But anyway, what I want to talk about is there's been this big media movement that Kylie Jenner has sat down and did press and talked about what she has done to the generations. And I very briefly know what is being talked about, but basically it has to do with the fact that Kylie is now admitting to plastic surgery. And the reason she's admitting to plastic surgery, after, by the way, spending all of her career saying that she didn't have plastic surgery, is because she said that she is not wanting to expose her daughter to unrealistic standards. Which, I'm going to read the things and then I'm going to rant. But it makes me so annoyed to have Kylie Jenner, who on the record denied ever having plastic surgery for many years. And honestly, that is a personal choice. That's what you want to do. But you do feed into unrealistic body standards. You force them. And to only care whenever you're, oh my God, am I going to affect my daughter? Really bothers me, because think of the amount of people's daughters that you've impacted. Think of the amount of people's children that you've impacted. Think of the amount of mothers, fathers, everyone that you have affected. But it's like only whenever it affects you is whenever you want to come clean. So there's two articles I want to get to. This one from the Los Angeles Times. Kylie Jenner confirms she got plastic surgery at 19 and says that she would be heartbroken if Stormi did. So basically, she's going on the record saying that she would be heartbroken if her daughter, Stormi, ever got plastic surgery. Which is such a problematic sentence within itself, because for you to acknowledge that the impact that you could have on your daughter without acknowledging the impact you had on every generation, while for years saying that it's not your fault that you have fed into body stereotypes, or not body stereotypes, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word that I'm looking for? It's not stereotypes, but it's body image and body standards. That's what it is. Thank you. Body standards. When you have fed into and created body standards, which has affected a whole generation, and then for you to be like, I want to speak out against plastic surgery because I don't want it to affect my daughter. Whenever all the people that were calling Kylie Jenner and the Kardashians out were people saying that it was going to affect their daughters, it just comes across to me like, how are we supposed to read an article like this? Are we supposed to be on your side? Like, are we supposed to be on your side? I was actually going to read this other article as well, but I think I'm just going to focus on this article because I think I'm going to have enough to say. Literally, you have given an entire generation body dysmorphia and you have actively fed into it because you've profited off of it. Like, this isn't a case of someone secretly getting plastic surgery and not wanting to talk about it, which is fine, and then it having an impact. This is people getting plastic surgery with the intent of selling and profiting off of what surgery they have gotten done. Whether it was lip fillers with lip kits or whether it was BBLs with shapewear. Everything the Kardashians have done has been for a profit. So to then come out and be like, the impact that I'm going to have on my daughter makes me want to sit down and acknowledge what I've done and take accountability is so ironic. And it almost, in my opinion, does the opposite, because it acknowledges that you know the impact you've had, but it doesn't matter unless it affects you. It doesn't matter unless it affects you. So we're going to get to this article. Ooh, I'm heated already. Tip, tip, tip on hardwood floors. 10, 10, 10 across the board. Anyone know that song? If you do, love. And if you don't, give your gay card back. And yeah, the Kylie Jenner challenge. Let's not. Seriously? All right. Yes, Kylie Jenner has had plastic surgery done. She said so herself in the latest episode of The Kardashians, which, again, if you do not keep up with the Kardashians lore like Mr. McIntyre does, I keep up with these people. I love reality shows, and I have witnessed over the years how they have, specifically Kylie Jenner, denied ever having plastic surgery work done. And here's my problem with this. I haven't even gotten in, I'm already so... For you to sit down in this article and take accountability because you're saying that the work you've had done has impacted people because you're seeing it affect your daughter is so crazy to me, because, again, not only have they profited off of people's insecurities by feeding into them and, like, trying to, set themselves aside by, setting the trend with plastic surgery or feeding into the trend with plastic surgery. It really I'm actually going to read through it before I start, because I'm really, really, really starting to get bothered by it already. And for you to, here's my point, for you to, for years, deny ever having plastic surgery is one thing. But that's not what Kylie Jenner did. Kylie Jenner denied plastic surgery and would be like, the reason I look like this, or the reason my lips look like this, or the reason my ass looks like this, or the reason my titties look like this, or the reason my waist looks like this, is because I do this workout, or I drink this, supplement, #ad, or I eat this salad, #gifted. Whether or not they want the criticism for the impact they've had to sell products, they have indirectly lied to an entire generation through #ad or #gifted by saying that, oh, you want big lips like me that I got through filler? Do this exercise. Or you want a skinny waist that I got through surgery? Do this. And it has bred this entire, specifically my generation, of body dysmorphia. Literally, most of my friends who are girls have body dysmorphia who put it down to the Kardashians, more specifically Kylie Jenner, because she was the one that was closest in age to us. The fucking weight loss lollipops. Yeah, the weight suppressing lollipops that the Kardashians, specifically like Kylie, was promoting. I wonder if there's like a fucking picture of her. I know Kylie Jenner lollipop. This fucking family. Oh, like Fit Tea as well. Sorry, I forgot about them. Oh, before I even see anything, here's Kim about her tummy tuck lollipops. #flat tummy tea. First 500 people get 15% off. Kylie. #ad using my Fit Tea so you can get the body that Kylie had. Let's get into this article. After years of denying speculation that she had gone under the knife, the Kylie Jenner Cosmetics chief executive and reality star revealed that she got her breasts done before she and her boyfriend Travis Scott welcomed their first child, Stormy. Stormy baby. Stormy. Hi, Stormy. Stormy baby. In 2018. Speaking with best friend Anastasia, Jenner said her natural breasts were just gorgeous. I just wish, obviously, I never had gotten them done to begin with, she said in a Thursday episode. I would recommend anyone who is thinking about it to wait until after children. Oh, okay, great. Thanks for the heads up now. Thanks for the heads up now. After years and years and years of lying about it and promoting alternatives for people to get the body that you have, now you're like, babies, you should all wait. Like, this isn't accountability whenever you're aware of the impact you had, because you're aware of your impact enough because you're speaking about that you don't want to have that impact on your daughter. And you don't care because you've had that impact on other people's daughters, other people's children. Speculation around the Keeping Up with the Kardashians star face and figure began in 2014, when fans noticed that Jenner had gotten plumper lips. Her alleged use of filler even fueled the dangerous Kylie Jenner lip challenge, where social media users created vacuums with household objects and applied... Do people remember this? I know people were talking about it in chat earlier, where you would literally get something, suck on it, you would take your lips out and they would be swollen. Like, they would literally be swollen, where people would like have to go to the hospital over it because people were trying to get bigger lips like Kylie. Stormy baby. So they would use like vacuums with household items and apply it to their faces to purposely swell their lips. So that's one thing she did. She's addressing the titty job and the impact that had. In a 2015 interview with Cosmopolitan, Jenner denied these rumors about the lips. So she was denying everything. You guys have watched me grow since I was 9. My face is going to get different, she said. Now I know how to do my makeup. I know how to contour and do everything. I'm not against surgery. I'm never going to say no to it, but it's not something I desire. So this is the person who said that I'm going to have an impact on young girls. The person who literally said, my face was just changing. And what a cop-out. What a cop-out. Things are going to get different. I'm going to get different. This makes me so pissed off because, like, you know, I don't like talking about this thing I'm going to say because the person I'm going to talk about is no longer with us. But I really quickly want to tell you a story about my friend Alexandra, who passed away from cancer in 2017 or 2018, I think it was. We used to have conversations all the time because she loved makeup and I loved the beauty space. Like, I loved watching, you know, the drama that was happening in the beauty space, whereas my friend Alexandra liked the products. So we used to talk about it all the time. And I remember that she used to love the Kardashians. We used to watch it together. We used to do all these different things. And she would openly talk about, you know, the work that Kylie had done and how she would want to replicate it on herself, which is pretty common. And she would buy the lip kits. And I remember the time she was buying them, they weren't readily available in the UK yet. So she would literally pay so much money in import tax, whatever, she got them. And I remember there was one day where she had been waiting like 2 weeks to get these lip kits, right? She FaceTimed me and big box. And she was disappointed. And she was so upset because she didn't like that her... Oh my God, is that Amy that I know from Derry? Amy, have I met you like once or twice? Or is that... Maybe I'm thinking of someone else, but if not, similar name to someone... Oh my God, hello! Hello! I was wondering, I was like, how the hell did you know her full name? And then I read your name. I remember that she did this lip kit and she was really, really, really disappointed. And I was a bit disappointed too. I was like, what the fuck? Like, whatever. And then I remember she was talking with people and she realized that it was, you know, Kylie had gotten work done and stuff like this. And I remember one thing that I will always hold a grudge against, like, the Kardashian, specifically Kylie Jenner, for is... You can talk and talk and talk about the impact that the Kardashians have had on specifically young girls, right? Because that's who they cater towards, because they're developing and they're trying to prey on that insecurity, right? I will always hold a grudge towards Kylie Jenner specifically specifically, because when my friend at that time, Alexandra, thought that she was going to replicate Kylie Jenner's lips with the lip kit, spent all this money, Alexandra, after that didn't work, would openly have conversations with me about how Kylie Jenner looked, and specifically about the lips, right? And Alexandra was fighting for her life in the most intense chemotherapy, going into remission, going back in chemotherapy, and she was so hyper fixated because of what the Kardashians had put out there about this look. And I would have conversations with her where she was so sick and she was still thinking about that. And the only reason I'm saying this is to show how deep, specifically Kylie Jenner, implemented this in young girls. Like, that poor fucking girl was fighting for her life and was still having that implication of seeing Kylie Jenner post and wanting to aim for that look. And I think that is so fucking upsetting and so, like, I can't. No, the reason I want to bring that up is because I think that it's so easy for us to be like, oh, the impact they have and stuff. There's a direct story of someone having a dangerous impact on someone who is already going through the worst case scenario. I think it is. So don't with, like, this is why I wanted to talk about this. Let's continue with this fucking article. 3 years later, an eagle-eyed fan noticed that Jenner's lips suddenly looked smaller in a 2018 Instagram post. The reality star replied that she had gotten rid of all of her filler. In an interview with Hom Girls this year, Jenner said that she chose to get lip filler because of lip insecurity, which is fine. That is fine. But when you lie with your platform and purposely build a brand off of these lip kits make my lips look like what they did to prey on young people's insecurities, it's fucking disgusting. It was the best thing I ever did, and I don't regret it, she said about the lip filler. Now that she is Stormy and her son Wolf with Scott, Jenner said that she has a different perspective on cosmetic surgery, which you can make the argument that parents were trying to make that argument to the Jenner and the Kardashians about the impact they were having on their children, but they didn't care. So I don't want to hear them be like, I'm not impacting my children. Yeah, and you should have to deal with the fact that the guilt of the fact you're doing that to your children, the ecosystem that you've created, and on a global scale, what you've done to people's children. Obviously, I have a daughter too. I would be heartbroken if she ever wanted to get her body done at 19. But didn't you make children everywhere research plastic surgery, normalize the thought of getting lip filler at 16? I cannot tell you. I have lip filler, except I got it a year ago. No, I got it a year and a half ago, and I never topped it up. So whatever is in my lips right now is like bare bones. My lips look pretty much identical to what they did thing. And you know why? Because I got lip filler because my lips were one of the biggest insecurities of my face, right? And I thought whenever I get lip filler, that's going to change everything for me. And you know what? I'm going to be honest. It had nothing to do with celebrities. I'm going to be honest. I did not get lip filler because of the Kardashians. I did not get lip filler because of celebrities. I didn't. The reason I got lip filler was because I was insecure with how I looked. When I got lip filler, I made so many videos about it because the process was not great for me. My body did not react to it well. I swole up for weeks. I was bruised for weeks. And I never got it topped up again. A year and a half later, and you know what's crazy that no one talks about? A year and a half later of getting filler that is supposed to dissolve, filler migrates, right? It doesn't just dissolve, but it is supposed to, like, most of it go, right? A year and a half later, and my lips are still bigger than what they are before I got them done. My lips have not moved. So I don't know what kind of lip filler I got. And I went to a good place a year and a half later, and my lips are still much bigger than what they were. You're supposed to get them topped up every 6 months. I have not went back in a year and a half after getting that first, I think it was 1 mil. Like, I really, and everyone's like, send me your doctor. I know, because it's like, you don't have to spend, more money because you're getting, and here's the thing. If I didn't like how they looked right now, I would have gotten them removed by now and gotten new ones in. Because I do like, having lips whenever I smile in pictures. Whenever I did this, I had nothing. I do now, and I was very insecure about it. But it's a bit weird that a year and a half later, I still have filler in my lips. But, that's something to note as well. Like, I don't know what's in my body right now. I don't necessarily know what's in my body. Like, my friend who went and got lip filler with me at the same time, hers dissolved in 2 months. Like, literally dissolved. Like, didn't migrate. Her lips shrunk in 2 months. Whereas I'm a year and a half later, and they haven't. It's not silicone, which is, I wouldn't have, trust me, it's not silicone or anything. But everyone's body reacts differently. My body swole when I got lip filler, right? And my body grasped onto it. And I recently went to a doctor about it. And they were like, well, do you want us to remove it? And I was like, well, I like how it looks. And if you remove it, I would just go and get new ones. And they were like, okay, well, they inspect it and stuff. It wasn't silicone. It literally is just filler. However, my body hugged onto it and isn't letting it go. Isn't letting filler go. So that is something to note. Everyone's body, reacts differently to these things. And that's not something that the Kardashians ever said, even when they admitted surgery. And it would have been very, very, very important for the Kardashians to talk about how dangerous these kind of things can be, how cheaper isn't better when it comes to injecting things in your face, and how everyone's body reacts differently to it. And it's like, these are conversations you should have. And I got it because I was insecure with my lips, but I still talked about the fact I got it. It wasn't a secret. And by the way, do you think I would just show up one day and my lips went from this to this and I wouldn't you really need to be honest with these kind of things because you never know the impact you're having. And without being honest, if I hadn't have been honest to someone and they would have gotten them because, oh my God, look at Adam's lips or whatever, and I hadn't told you that I swole up and had awful recovery and it's still on my lips a year and a half later, that's not being honest. And the Kardashians, I don't know how many people have probably gotten lip filler that has probably put them in a dangerous position. Because, the cheaper you go, the more dangerous things that they can inject. It's this is so... Yeah, my face changed. I actually didn't get lip filler. My face just changed because I got older. It's important to have these conversations, and it's you can acknowledge that you got work done because you were insecure, and you can also acknowledge the fact that you got it done. Sorry, I shaved earlier, dry shaving, and I'm so itchy up here. My lips just got a little bit older. And it bothers me that, okay, the day-to-day person doesn't want to talk about work that they got done. That is not a problem. The reason I spoke about it was because people were commenting under my videos, and I was like, let me talk about it. But when you're a celebrity impacting millions and profiting off of the fact of your changing appearance, you need to be honest. Not the mucker lip kit. Let me write that down. Mom, write that down. Let's go to the lab tomorrow. So basically, now that Kylie has a daughter and a son, she has a different perspective on cosmetic surgery. Obviously, I have a daughter. I would be heartbroken if she wanted to get her body done at 19, she said in the episode. She's the most beautiful thing ever. Okay, but this is what people were thinking about their children. This is what people were thinking about their children before you negatively impacted them. I want to be the best mom and best example for her. I wish I could be all of that for her, and I wish I could do everything differently because I wouldn't touch anything. But isn't her entire brand off of the fact... I need to put some lip balm on. My lips are dry once I start talking about them. Hold on. La 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 la. Isn't your entire brand, started the Kylie Cosmetics off of the lip kits in your big lips? So you're like, I wish I would never do any of that. No, you don't. You made your money off of it, and now you don't need to make your money off of it. Like, I would rather these people just be honest, and they're like, I'm taking accountability. And then they, like, lie. Everyone's the asshole. Kylie's the asshole. If only we could reverse time. Earlier in the Kardashian season, Jenner and her sisters Kourtney and Khloe reflected on the huge influence they have on social media and beauty standards. The trend that they have on young women fully editing pictures of themselves. Jenner said, I will always want everyone to just love themselves. But you want everyone to love them. I have the biggest issue with Kylie. I really, really, really do. You want everyone to love themselves, but you want them to look higher of you so that you can sell them products. And that's an issue. And that's my closing statement on Kylie Jenner. This bothers me so much. So much. Mm-mm.